Welcome, welcome. All Rell Good here in the Crawford Podcasting Network. One day before Michigan enters the NCAA tournament for this 2025-26 season. Been a great year. What, 31-3 right now for the
Yep.
Wolverines?
Yep.
Richard Rellford, the former high wire act, two-time Big Ten champ, four-time starter for the Wolverines from 40 years ago. It's been 40 years since
40
Richard
years.
Rellford left the court at Michigan.
40 years.
What was it like? We don't want to get in the doom and gloom in this, but when you lost to Iowa State in the second round, when you walked off that court, what did it feel like? Was it surreal? Did it even hit you?
It didn't hit us until we got back to the hotel.
Okay.
Because we were picked to go far in the tournament.
Yeah, you were second seed that year and number one seed the year prior.
Right. And it bothered us as seniors because we knew we wasn't going to be able to play again.
Yeah.
And some of my friends played for Villanova. And so after Villanova got us, it was tough. And then Iowa State with Jeff Greer from Flint. And Jeff Hornacek, who played with Utah.
That he could fire that ball, Jeff Hornacek.
He could shoot the lights out, man. Jeff Greer played against us as well. And so I'm sorry we lost him some years ago, but was a great player from Flint.
So, those were great teams. Your your sophomore year, you won the NIT championship when there's a less of an NCAA field. It meant a lot more. But I want you to contrast for the fans because you're giving a player perspective that most of us don't have. Okay, and playing for Michigan when you're Big Ten champion, and kind of give a feel for what this current team is going through, because in 1985, for example, you only lost 2 games.
Yes.
16-2 or whatever. And you opened with Fairleigh Dickinson down in Dayton. Okay, Fairleigh Dickinson. This is very similar to Michigan playing Howard. And I'm not talking Juwan Howard.
Right.
They're not just playing one guy. They're playing 5 guys. But this is what Michigan's a 31-point favorite against Howard, but that was probably similar to how much you were favored against Fairleigh Dickinson, which people later named Unfairleigh Dickinson. They had you down to the wire.
Yes.
What happened in that game?
I think because we really underestimated them, because we knew it was a sure win, because of the size that we had. We didn't count on Gary and Antoine not making any shots.
So they just flat out didn't hit. They couldn't score.
They couldn't score. And I think between the both of them, they might have had 5 points.
Are you serious?
Because with Fairleigh Dickinson, which was, Villanova was much better, but Fairleigh Dickinson had no size. But then remember, Tom, they had no shot clock. And
you're right. That's a really valid point because that changed things a lot.
Because they held the ball. Listen, I thought the score was like halftime was like 17-14 or something. Because they held the ball. And we wasn't used to, team. We want to run. And so it bored us is what happened.
Yeah. Well, when did you down the stretch were you like petrified or like, oh my God? Or do you not think about that as a player?
Because not really as a player, because we never thought we would lose. And so even when the games were close, we didn't think we would lose. Mm-hmm. We always thought we had, we were the better team. I think there was a confidence thing, but everybody had to play well. I got to tell you, I heard someone say on ESPN, to win tournament games in the NCAA, you need great guard play.
Yeah, I hear that all the time. Yes.
Because your guards dictate everything.
Yeah. And
so when we played Fairleigh Dickinson, their guards were decent. But when we played Villanova, they had great guards.
Well, Gary McLean and Dwayne McLean, the two of them.
Gary and McLean. And Harold Presley played the 3. Harold Presley was on my McDonald's All-American team.
And whose son is on the current Michigan team?
Presley.
Howie Presley is on the current.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. You didn't know
Really?
that? Yeah, he's like the last guy off, and there he goes, Howie, Howie.
Oh, so
Yeah,
that's Harold's son.
yeah,
I had no idea, Tom.
yeah, yeah.
I'm surprised that I ain't seen Harold up here.
I don't know. I mean, I'm pretty sure that's the guy. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I thought it was the same guy.
Oh, well, we'll find out.
You research that.
Yep.
Okay, so you play Villanova. Now, in retrospect, I mean, they slowed you down. It was 59-55 final. And I thought, my feeling was you had gotten your wake-up call, and now you got Villanova, the 8 seed, who had beaten Dayton in Dayton's arena
Right.
on Friday night. Okay.
Right.
And I was actually relieved that Villanova won because I didn't want to play Dayton in their own arena. I mean, God, I wish would play Dayton. Right?
Right.
Okay. So you play Villanova. Little did we know this team would go on and defeat Georgetown, playing that Harold Jensen, it's like he threw a perfect game in the title game.
He really did.
Yeah, he didn't miss a shot. And so in retrospect, later on, oh yeah, Michigan lost to the eventual national champions, not a bad. But man, at the time, that was just jolting to all of us. How did Michigan lose to 8 seed Villanova? And how did you lose to Villanova?
Like I said, I think with Villanova, their guard play was really good, and ours wasn't. Me and Harold, we kind of neutralized each other. Roy and Ed Pickney neutralized each other. Butch is always the same. So Butch is always going to play hard. He's going to always rebound. But at our guard play, we didn't have good guard play because I think our guys were off. Gary and Antoine couldn't hit a shot.
Okay, now I'm a South person. I finally remember. I got confused. Isley, it wasn't Presley. You're talking about Presley, not
right.
Isley.
Harold Presley from
I was thinking Howard Isley. He played.
Right, that's his son.
He was later on. Yeah.
Right, that was his son. Right.
Yeah. All right. So okay. So great guard play. So Michigan did not have between Swan and Gary. We had. I mean, you're talking about bad guard play the first and second rounds of your NCAA run.
Right.
How did that happen?
Well, I think, like I said, I think guys kind of underestimate guys sometimes.
Yeah.
And Antoine and Gary was really good. So, they out throughout the whole
Gary was only a freshman. We got to keep in mind.
Well, I always tell people, though, he was a freshman, but he shut Steve Alford down at Indiana.
Yeah.
So he was a really good defensive player as a freshman. Mm-hmm. I think sometime, man, in that tournament, we talked about it earlier, it's one and done. And you don't think about that. You think about playing 40 minutes in college.
Yeah.
And things got to go right. They have to go right. You got to have some luck. Mm-hmm. We didn't have any luck either. And so, believe me, man, it burns you because when I saw Dwayne McClain in Florida, believe me, he let me know about it.
Well, back to that, these it's like if Michigan, God forbid this happens, falls behind Howard, okay? That whole crowd is, which will be fans from Louisville and St. Louis and anybody else who got in there and got tickets are going to be cheering for the underdog. Okay?
Of course.
So when you were playing Fairleigh Dickinson, it was like a road game for you because everybody was against you.
Yes, they were.
Yeah,
they were.
That's the problem. And how does that affect you?
Well, to be honest with you, when people cheer against you, it really motivates you.
But it might help the other team. I think what does it, I think it helps the team, the recipient of it, as opposed, a lot.
For sure. Oh, for sure. Yeah. And plus, when we were there, Maryland was there and Navy because they played behind us. So you had Lynn Bias and you had David Robinson.
Oh my God.
And so after the Fairleigh Dickinson game, we sweated because they told us the next game we win, somebody was going to have to play, one of those guys. And I wish it would have been us.
Yeah. Okay. So fast forward to the following year. So you've had you got a wake-up call, and just because you won the Big Ten championship doesn't mean you're going to get out of the first weekend.
That's right.
3-16. So you open up, and now where was the second round? Where was the second year? Where was your site for the second year when you played Iowa State?
Minnesota.
Oh, you're up in Minneapolis.
Yeah, we was in
Okay.
Minneapolis.
Oh, okay. So up in Minneapolis, and you opened up with Akron,
Right.
the Zippers, okay? And you struggle with them. You won by 5.
Yes.
Was it the same thing where you got
Same,
over?
I think it was the same thing because you know what I think helps now is they have a Big Ten tournament.
That's what I'm glad you took me there because that gave you a little. Yeah, you didn't have that because everybody else seemed to have a tournament, but the Big Ten did not have a tournament.
Right, and so I think you have to be prepared when you get into tournaments because you can't underestimate anyone. And we underestimated Villanova too, I think, because we had ran through everybody, Tom, just like our team is doing now. We ran through a lot of teams, and I think we underestimated some teams that made us struggle. And with Villanova, just like we had McDonald's All-Americans, they had them too.
Yeah,
So,
I mean, yeah, it's just like they say about college football. I mean, they got 6'6", 200 or 295-pound linemen too. I mean, come on. I mean, okay, so you got by Akron, and then here comes former Michigan coach Johnny Orr with his Iowa State Cyclones. Jeff Grayer, you talked about from Flint Northwestern, was on that team. Gary Tompkins, I think, from Jackson was on that team.
Yes.
And Frieder's going against Johnny Orr. God, that had to be weird.
Listen, it was weird because I was a Johnny Orr fan. If Johnny was here at Michigan, when he left, I would have played for Johnny. I would still came because I love Johnny Orr that much.
Wow. Okay. Did he ever recruit you, or but he'd already left before you started?
Yeah, he was already gone.
Okay. So it's Frieder that got you
right
to Michigan.
Right.
Okay. What happened in that game? Glenn Rice was a freshman on that team and played quite a bit in that game. I remember. Right.
He did play. He played good. I think again, I told you we talked about it earlier. Guard play, and they had good guard play because Hornacek was the 2, and Jeff was a 3. But they had I can't remember who their point guard was.
But they had the Grayer can handle the ball and shoot.
Right.
And you have basically de facto 3 guards.
And you got to remember now, any guy teams that we played that had kids from Michigan always played hard against us.
Yeah.
Because Michigan didn't recruit them.
Yeah. No,
so they came at, but for us, we didn't care. We was like, okay, you come with it.
Yeah. Well, that was, so like you said, when you walked off the court, it kind of hit you when you got to the hotel. How many days did it take you to recover? I don't mean to be doom and gloom in this podcast.
Oh, no.
I'm just trying to get a little perspective on it.
You don't recover until the tournament's over.
Yeah. No. Until the whole tournament is over.
Until the whole tournament.
I often wonder that as a fan, I feel the same way. I want the tournament over, and then you don't have to see the crap on TV all the time. You know what I mean? Go on to Major League Baseball for all I care.
Exactly, because you know what? As long as the tournament is on, everybody's going to ask you about it.
Yeah, because it's still resonating in their minds.
And for you, all you're thinking about is what you could have done to be better.
Yeah. Okay. So all those lessons learned from Richard Rellford, if you were in front of the team right now, you would be an ideal spokesperson to this topic because of what your team went through. Taking things. What would be your message to that team to prepare for Howard tomorrow night and eventually, if they get past, we can't get to him for granted. Play either Georgia or St. Louis. What would you tell them?
Well, first of all, my girls both went to HBCUs, Florida A&M.
Oh, really? The Rattlers.
So what I would tell my guys at Michigan is, please, whatever you do, don't underestimate these guys because I always say David killed Samson. He was a giant.
Yeah.
So you don't underestimate anyone. And when you do that, with our guys, if we just go in there and play good, play big, we shouldn't have any problems in these first couple games.
Yeah.
But you know what? Like I said to you earlier, for every team that plays us, it's like their championship. Because we got a number 1 seed. Everybody's trying to knock off the number 1s. All these Cinderella teams they talk about. So we just have to go in there focused. and remember the games that we've lost. And like we talked about earlier, that's why I think the Purdue loss in the Big Ten tournament should help us.
Okay, it helped, but you know what worried about me on that? I mean, Purdue got really physical. I mean, the pick and roll defense was bad.
Bad.
And let me throw this dynamic at you that I heard at the press conference on Saturday after the Wisconsin game. We had the players, and we had Dusty by himself, and then we had locker room access. So Dusty goes, there was some ruffled feathers in the huddle. I mean, that players were getting at each other for the first time all year. And he thought, they worked their way through it. And then I asked Namari in the locker room on a one-on-one. He told me the exact same thing. It was like we had never experienced that. But nobody takes anything personal. Did you ever have those things, particularly in a game like that where you're about ready to be eliminated from the tournament?
Yes.
What was you? Well, how were you? Were you the yeller or were you the recipient?
Well, we were always the seniors. We never really yelled, but we got everybody in, and we told them how important it was.
Okay.
That we had to go out and be focused, because just because we're bigger, we're the Big Ten champs.
Yeah.
That don't mean win.
Yeah.
That big don't mean win. My high school football coach used to always say, find the letter B and win. There is no B.
Right.
So being bigger means zero.
Yeah.
You have to go out and you play the games. And it was, listen, it's always some luck needed in the NCAA tournament.
Well, it is.
That's why you see these last-second shots.
Yeah.
And these kids that play to the wire. Because I saw the Howard game the other night, and I saw how it ended. Well, you're going to have a lot of tournament games end that way. You just have to be prepared.
I mean, they had that lead, they squandered it. I mean, there's no safe lead. I mean, Michigan had a 15-point lead over Wisconsin.
Yes.
And they squandered that.
Yes.
And you can't, and actually, Illinois had a big lead over Wisconsin.
Right.
And they squandered that. I mean, Wisconsin, look out for Wisconsin. I mean, they're going to be good, but I agree with you. But what I'd like to see is the LJ Kaysen departure, and that, we can't, I mean, I probably lament that more than anybody, because, I mean, Toppin left Texas Tech, and I mean, he was more of a prominent player for Texas Tech than LJ was for Michigan. They got to adjust. I think LJ's really, his absence is hurting them on the defensive side of the ball more than he ought, because he would be able to spell those minutes. And so Elliott, instead of playing 35-37, was playing 28-31 minutes. Same thing with Yaks, and that fatigues you, I think, defensively.
Well, you hit the nail on the head. I would love to have Kaysen back because, yeah, his offense was good, but his defense is what motivated everybody.
Yeah.
His defense is what got things going. Because as far as the offense go, Trey McKinnon got that part. He's fine with the offensive.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just think that with our big guys, Morez, Axel, DeMar, have to play more physical.
Yeah, Adai Mara he's big. And he's talented, and he's skilled, super skilled, okay? But, man, he could really, and I'm not just saying this to try to, fantasize about him coming back next year, but, man, if he could put on 20 pounds of muscle and he would still look thin. He needs that extra strength, I would think.
Well,
he gets pushed around too much.
He does, but I always say this because, DeMar is one of my favorites. And I say this when I look at Wambi, and they say Wambi is a unicorn. Well, I think DeMar is a unicorn because he's the best passer on the team.
Yeah. Oh, there's no doubt about it. I'm not arguing that at all. I'm not arguing. His range, sometimes he gets a little too aggressive on the three-quarter. He throws a three-quarter court overhand toss like this.
Yes.
And it goes three quarters. And he might turn. That's how. So he's kind of got that level of strength. But I'm talking about he got pushed around.
He did. He did.
the two Purdue bigs, and you're going to run into that. One thing what I'm really thankful for, though, Richard, about Friday, I'm so freaking glad to get out of this Big Ten crap for the next 2 weekends. You know what I mean? And play a non-Big Ten team. Because they know you like the back of their hand. And they're physical, and I don't like the officiating in the Big Ten. I just think Michigan could leverage the situation and win some games just being away from the freaking Big Ten.
Me and you think just alike on that.
Yeah.
I think, in the Big Ten, everybody's used to you.
Yeah.
Well, all these teams that we can ready to play now, all they got on us is video. You're going to look at video, and I tell people all the time, what you see on that video don't necessarily mean that's going to happen when game time comes.
No, that's true. That's true.
And so this is going to be a little different. I think we got guys who know that they won't be back next year because they'll be seniors and they're leaving. But I think that these guys that are coming back, you're going to see a difference because they're going to play. I really think that they're going to play hard. Because Merez, if we can get a double-double out of Merez, we're going to be okay.
You can't get 6 points in 5 or what I'm Merez Johnson Jr. No. That ain't going to work.
No. And he's a physical player.
He's a physical. I don't know. I saw him in the concourse before the game. He had couple of trainers work on his leg. I don't know what was going on there. I ran back to get my charger for my phone, which is right next to the locker room. But I'm sure he's all right, and I'm sure Yax is all right. And God forbid, knock on wood, any more injuries or bumps and bruises. I think they're going to be all right. Just get this first game out of the way.
Yes, you got to get the first one, Tom. Once you get one, then
go get another one, and go get another one, and get that rust off,
right?
And also get that negative, that sour taste from that loss to Purdue. I will say this about Purdue: that's the best team. Or Matt Painter said this after the game. It's the best game to play all year.
It was the best game to play.
Not even close.
Yes.
Yeah. So, maybe another day they get to play them in Indianapolis. Who knows? I mean,
I hope we get it. I hope we see them again. I do. I hope we see him again.
Yeah.
Because I promise you, it won't be the same result.
Yeah. All right, Rich. Well, I'm gonna let you go. I love your insight. It's just so awesome.
Well, I love doing it, Tom. I really do.
You bring a positive perspective, but a realistic perspective too, as a former player. And
thank you.
So you're expecting 2 victories this weekend for the Michigan Wolverines. Okay. Will you promise me that? Will you promise me?
I promise you that, Tom.
I want to sleep this weekend. I'm going down to Buffalo in the morning.
Okay.
So I'll be there in Buffalo, and hopefully I'll be in Chicago. And I know if they make it to Indy, you're going to be in Indy.
Oh, you know I'm going to be in Indy. I already got a place to stay.
That's for damn sure. So, all right, Rich, have a great rest of the day.
You too, my guy.
Okay, we'll talk to you soon, my friend.
Sounds good.
Yep.